Hello and welcome back to our studio. Today I'm gonna start a new painting project. This is the portrait of our favorite pet. Charlie's a quail. Charlie is a California quail and we rescued him about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. So he lives inside our house, and today I wanna draw him on this little canvas. It's about 5 inch by 5 inch, and I wanna start painting with oils. Alright, so first thing first, I'm going to transfer the image using the grid drawing method. I already divided the canvas into 16 grids, 4 grid by 4 grid. I like using this method instead of dividing this in rectangular, and because this happens to be a square format, it doesn't really matter. But even if I'm drawing the image in rectangular format, I would divide them in 4 grid, sideways, horizontally, and 4 grid vertically as well. So just a pro tip: for drawing the grid lines, I used a pastel pencil because this makes it so much easier for erasing the lines. I can just wrap this pastel pigment off the canvas. I don't even have to use eraser, but if you use eraser, it's even more effective. It's so much better than using regular pencil for drawing grid lines. So I've been using the color called Spectrum Orange 11D by Derwent Pastel. I think you can get this from Amazon. So that's what I use for all kinds of portrait painting. Okay, so, and for actual drawing, I'm using HB pencil, just a regular pencil. Okay. So if you are drawing with me, you can go ahead and use the reference image on the screen. I'm gonna make the reference image a little bit bigger for you. Okay, how's that? And if you are watching this on your smartphone or device, I highly recommend turning your device to horizontal orientation so that you can maximize the screen space, the display space, so you can see the detail of what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna start drawing outlines that are easy to identify. So in my drawing classes, we go more into detail and we do in-depth training of a grid drawing method. But since this is just a quick quick demo. I'm just gonna keep drawing. But if you're interested in learning how to draw better and paint, a supportive community, I encourage you to look into joining our membership called Painting Adventure Studio. And there's a link to join the membership in the description of this video. I'm using really light pressure to draw with a pencil, so that if I make mistake, I can still erase it very easily. I also wanna capture some facial features before I erase the grid lines. And by drawing the outline like this, I get to study and I get to know the personality of this subject, whether it's still life or animal portrait. Oh, my subject a little better. I try to interpret the story in my way. So for me, this part of painting preparation is kind of important step. I don't wanna skip or replace by just using tracing or transfer paper, even though it may be easier and saves time for more accuracy. I wanna have a chance to get to know the subject, like dancing with the subject on the canvas. Also, drawing gives me more calming time before painting. Shape of eyes. Shape of eye is kind of tricky because you could paint literally, or you can just use your interpretation and create different shapes. And I wanna leave a room for. I wanna create a margin for happy accident, like Bob Ross says. So it helps to have really really good high resolution quality reference image, but I don't want to be always slaved to the reference photo. I want to have a room to interpret the story in my own way. So this white band on his face is kind of significant. So my pencil drawing might disappear after walking in, but just I get to make observation and learn. I think that's why it's called study. I didn't have chance to do drawing study on the drawing paper beforehand, so this is also even more important for me. this little triangle negative shape is very important. I made his eye a little bit too big. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this. Alright, now I'm gonna erase these grid lines. So I'm using kneaded eraser. Doesn't produce any eraser dust on my canvas or on my desk. I love it. You can also use a piece of paper towel and just rub it off. I think eraser works better. Making small points and I can work on details. And I like using the orange pastel pen because I can paint over this orange with the with the warm under painting color like orange or even magenta. Orange, magenta, or brown for underpainting, depending on the scene that I want to paint. So orange is pretty neutral and easy to cover up, whereas the grid lines drawn with graphite, they might be really distracting if you can't completely erase those lines. Unless you use a lot of thick paint and cover up the grid lines. Okay. Now I'm going to re-establish this drawing with a little bit darker pencil marks. use the placement of these important shapes. Every bird has different marking on their face and on their plumage, so it's not really critical to have these white marks in exactly the same spot, but it helps to understand the original locations. Okay. This is the transition of the neck and the chest. So alright, so my drawing is done. I'm gonna start painting, underpainting, and working in with general colors, and then we'll see how it goes, how much we can cover today. So here's my glass palette made of tempered glass. So on my palette today I have ultramarine blue, permanent rose, cadmium lemon yellow. These are my primary colors, and I already mixed my custom black by combining all three primary colors, and this is titanium white. Okay, so for this painting, I'm gonna use permanent rose for underpainting because this pink towel that he's standing on actually has a magenta undertone. So it's kind of like pink and orange beach towel. That's where he's standing, and the majority of the background has the reflected light of this warm orange glow to it. So it makes sense for me to use the permanent rose to do this underpainting. So the painting surface I'm using today is actually the gesso panel by Da Vinci. It's a Pro panel, 5 by 5 inch and 7/8 inch thickness. So this is a cradle. It's a little less than 1 inch thickness, but the surface for painting is already primed with gesso. Gesso is a type of painting primer, and this is good for all kinds of medium, including acrylics, oils, drawing sticks, crayons, pencils, colored pencils, and pastels. And since this is a really close, like small close-up portrait, I wanted to use a small painting surface for this study. Okay, so here's what I do my wash. Because I know that this gesso panel is very observant. I'm not gonna use brush because it doesn't give me enough time to wipe away the excess paint. So I'm just gonna directly use paper towel soaked with some gesso, some Gamsol. That's what I'm using as solvent. I'm gonna test this on the side. Now I'm just gonna quickly wipe this without removing the pencil drawing. Also paying attention not to leave harsh brush stroke. I'm gonna just enhance the darkness just along the edge to create vignette effect. But that's not really necessary. The purpose of this wash is to kill the white. The really bright white of the canvas. So doesn't have to be dark. I'm just adding a little bit more pigment of permanent rose. I might have soaked too much Gamsol on the paper towel. I'm just gonna use dry part. tapping on the canvas. I'm gonna adjust the exposure of the webcam so you can see better. Let's see. For some reason, my webcam doesn't show the magenta very well, but in person, this is very pink. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna keep using magenta to start. Okay, maybe this is a little too intense, so I'm gonna add my custom black. So this creates kind of desaturated purple. Just a tiny bit of Gamsol. Okay, it's more like it. This is the background color behind Chatty. For some reason, the temperature on the camera is a little bit very warm. Weird. Alright, never mind. It's okay, we'll leave. Okay, now I'm gonna start establishing dark shapes. So I'm switching to number 2 Fearbird. Grabbing custom black, adding to this purple. I think I'm gonna grab the pure custom black as my darkest dark, and I'm going to establish my darkest darks because the mixture I made had too much purple. I think I'm gonna speed up a little bit. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Gamsol to make my brush work a little bit smoother. But this dark color has a lot of purple in it, but it's okay, we're gonna go over with more paint to fix the temperature on top of this. So just wanna block in the values, the big value masses without overthinking. Once I paint this bundle of plume, this bundle of feathers on coming from top of his head is called the plume, like a little plume of smoke or cloud, plume of cloud. So the location of this, the root of this plume and the root of the beak will give me the landmark. They serve as landmark for the eye. So I'm not gonna I'm gonna just simplify the value relationship, the value masses of the face. Because I can find his eye by using the plume and the beak as the coordinate. When I'm dealing with plumage and furs with patterns, I tend to go with the darkest color, darkest values of that area, particular area, and then I would layer highlights on top of it. Instead of drawing a single feather or hair, okay, so this shadow side needs to be more intense. This is more like brown. Just using a little bit of Gamsol. So this, it's still the same custom black hat, but it has a little bit more yellow in it. So it's more like a true black. Now I'm gonna make gray by adding some white to this custom black, and I already have some gray made from that. So whenever you are adding white to black, custom black, you need to add a little bit more yellow to warm it up, because by adding white it automatically cools down. Okay. So now you can see I'm creating a series of gray different value. Just creating more lighter gray for the lid side of his body. My brush is getting too much paint building up, so I'm gonna just scrape it off with palette knife. Remix this. some yellow because it's getting cooler and becoming more like purple or lavender. So it's about the value 7 on the grayscale value finder. I'm gonna test that on this. I'm actually letting this black color mass to dry up a little bit. That's why I'm working on different section like gray. Building up more black. I think it's still too early to add another note on the black area. Now, maybe I'm gonna work on background a little bit while these dark colors are settling down a little bit more. So I mean, stepping back and evaluating what needs to be darker. I definitely want to make the edges and corners of the canvas darker. I'm gonna use a bigger brush. I'm gonna go back to number 4. And I'm grabbing this custom black. You see the wash of the magenta is already almost dry to touch because gesso panel is very observant. But it still gives me plenty more time than much more time to work on it than acrylic painting. I grabbed some more Gamsol on the brush. I hope it's not removing the paint too much. I know what's happening. Okay, so I want to add this light gray on his neck because I don't want to lose this. Blocking in as much as I can. So it's going to be the lighter version, lighter gray. It's almost like pure white, but on the shadow side it's a little bit darker. And as it goes around toward the lid side, it becomes lighter, so we can add more highlight on the lid side later, but I want to block in with this white to maintain this white line. Starting to look more like a penguin, but that's okay. I'm adding a little bit of yellow to bring up the value and also warm up this custom black as underpainting for the background behind his body. Add a little bit of white to this brown, so I'm gonna create a separate pile right here. So this is custom black with a little bit of yellow. Maybe add more red. Just grabbing some gray because it has a little bit of white in it. So that becomes a little bit lighter in value. So this section, the background is lighter than the shadow side of the lower part of the beak. I'm gonna use a small brush to re-establish the beak with black, because I don't want to lose this. I don't want this to go away. I'm starting to create this muted orange for the background. Obviously, I have to simplify the background, but I'm making sure that the value relationship is similar, so that I can keep painting the lighting effect on Charlie the quail. So this is definitely what we call the messy middle of a painting process. Doesn't look like anything, but you have to keep moving. What if I make more orange? I want to leave hard edges behind him, but now I'm creating dark brown to go to the corners of the background. Right now it looks kind of blocky, like cut out craft paper project. That's okay. Just making more mixing space. I'm gonna put this over here. or custom black. See if I can re-establish the black. That's a little bit white in it. And add tiny bit of gamsol, like super tiny amount. But this having a little bit of gamsol in the paint breaks this super glare on the surface of the paint. So it'll be easier to see, and also it speeds up drying time a little bit. Usually you don't wanna add thinner paint on top of thick paint on the canvas because it kind of breaks the fat over lean rule. But since this is still wet paint, it's not dry yet, so we can do whatever we want. Then once it dries to touch, you don't wanna use paint with more gamsol to paint over really oily paint. That's the recipe for causing the crack on the painting. Alright. This is custom black. Alright, now I touched white, so I need to wipe my brush before reloading the paint. Okay. Let's move this black over here. And I'm going to make half tone of these two extreme grays, some black and light gray. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to desaturate this purple and bring this back to neutral gray. My palette has neutral gray paper behind the glass, so it's easy to see my mixing color, and also it helps finding the neutral gray. And I have this grayscale value finder stuck behind the glass. There's this purple too, because I'm done with the underpainting. Okay, so I'm gonna test this. Between. So watch this. As soon as I put half tone, the gap between the light gray and black is not so obvious. I'm just putting this light gray back into the half tone to make it lighter. So now Charlie has 3 values on his body. And instead of keep blending these colors, I'm gonna create half tone between the mid gray and the light gray. And half tone between the mid gray and black. So I am avoiding blending on the canvas as much as I can, so I can just paint it and leaving it. This creates more painterly look. Now I have a series of gray. We can see. There you go. Now we can see better. I don't think I need to keep showing you the original color piles on the top. I just have titanium white, cadmium lemon yellow, permanent rose, ultramarine blue and custom black made from these three primary colors. So it's basically red, yellow, red, blue, and custom black and white. And it's just like piano keyboard. My layout is always like this, so it's very simple. Now I can use some of these gray series. Maybe it's still too early. I'm gonna use this light color and work on his cheek. So it's straight down the root of the plume. Plume is this black, the bundle of black feathers coming out from his forehead, above his forehead. So my canvas is just 5 by 5, very small. So it makes sense to use a small brush in early stage. Grabbing more white. There you go. Wipe and load more paint. For the forehead. It gets darker away from the white line behind the beak. Okay, I touched white, so I need to wipe the brush and reload this dark gray. A little bit lighter on the lid side of this neck. Then it goes darker again. wiping the same brush so I can use lighter color. So just wanna establish the highlight on the top of the beak. And his forehead with a little bit of yellow. So I wanna have this nice contrast. And grab dark gray to make nice gradation above his eye. But I want to maintain this strong contrast between his eyebrow. I think this white line is the eyebrow. I don't know what I'm not very familiar with the anatomy of a quail. Maybe it needs more yellow ochre. That's what it is. So he's California quail, so top of his head is not like really red, but it has some orange, and forehead it has a little bit of yellow ochre. I'm starting to cover his eye with surrounding colors. So instead of starting from the middle and keep drawing details, I just blocked in everything with black on the side of his face, except for the white band, white lines, white strips on his head and the cheek. I've been painting little birds for a long time, and especially house sparrow that we used to have as a pet. So I painted her so many times, and I have better ideas of what works and what doesn't work for painting birds. I'm gonna grab black and a little bit more yellow. This purple gap is kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna paint over. And also re-establishing the shape of this white band. I need to be careful. Every time I touch the white, I need to wipe the brush. reworking on black area is hard. So if I were to do this again, I would make sure that there's no gap of the black and lighter color. I will probably overshoot the dark gray or black. On purpose, then cover it out with lighter color. Okay. See if so this line around the background is kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna make better gradation, better transition between the light and dark version of the background. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna use palette knife. So this is the beginning of the background color. I'm gonna get rid of this white. I think I'm gonna create fresh custom black here. So now you get to see how I mix my custom black. So I make purple first, then I add a hint of yellow as I need it. So pretty much entire section of my painting has all these colors. They share the same pigment. My paintings end up looking more harmonious because they share the same pigment. So I try not to overshoot with yellow addition, but then you'll be fighting with too much yellow in it. And on my palette, probably cadmium lemon yellow is the most expensive color, if not the ultramarine blue. I think ultramarine blue is a little bit cheaper than cobalt blue, so I like using ultramarine blue, but still it's not like cheap material, so I don't want to waste. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of black to half of this, because I think it's becoming nice dark brown, but I wanna also create nice custom black for the later use. Oops. So my palette is propped up on the easel right next to my canvas. If something falls down with gravity, it goes down like this way. It goes down on the screen. I'll show you what I mean. So this is This is what it looks like on the tabletop. And here's my reference image on my tablet. So this black is starting to look more like green, so I need to add some permanent rose and more blue. Because red is complementary color of green. And if you know that you put too much yellow, then you need to add more purple back to it. In this case, blue and red, that makes our purple. So now I'm gonna put this back on the black corner on my palette. Now I can use this half for making it brown. I don't want to add too much yellow to this because both yellow and white lightens whatever mixed in. So I would add more yellow if I want to create a lighter version of it. So let's do that. I'm going to divide this in half. I'm going to create a lighter version with some yellow. I'll divide this again because I don't want to keep fighting this brown, using up paint. And more yellow. Okay, I think it needs to be warmer with red. I'm gonna test this. Okay, it's very intense. I need to add some white. I'm gonna grab this white on the spare section. My spare paint. I want to adjust the value, then I will adjust the temperature. So if it's too warm, I will add a little bit of green or blue. See, as soon as we add a half tone, which is the bridge between these two extreme colors, it starts looking more natural. It doesn't stand out, and we can pay more attention to Charlie. So I was just tapping, just dabbing the color. So that's better transition from the dark to lighter background colors. Also bringing up the value of the corners a little bit so that it's not like black background. It's too dark. Just tapping. I'm gonna grab some of this gray. And mixing on the palette rather than on the canvas. Adding this gray makes the background look more smoky and hazy in the distance. It's looking better than before. Hope it's not worse. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Hope so. So on the photo there's a strong intense orange, bright orange on the lower left corner, but I'm not sure if I want to have that there intensely, but instead maybe I can have some orange, hint of orange in different area. But this is helping me, starting to help me determine what needs to be done on Charlie, not. And it's temptation that I wanna render this sharp edge behind his neck, but I probably should ignore and simplify the background as much as possible. Do you agree? I kind of want to have nice contrast between the background and the lid side of his chest. So I darkened it, but might have, maybe that's too much, we'll see. So I'm grabbing the light gray to establish the outline of his neck and shoulder. Sorry about the little glare on the left upper corner, but it is actually a little bit darker on the top corners. So I'm switching to number 2 brush, and I'm gonna re-establish the outline of the beak. With the background color. I'm gonna use this small brush, number 0 round, and redraw his beak. Make sure your brush painting hand is nicely secured by bracing part of your finger on the easel or on the tabletop somewhere solid. Otherwise, it's not easy. I'm gonna come back here with highlight a little bit later because the paint is so slippery. But you see, I still have this really dark shadow side of the beak, under beak, and that's my landmark. Maybe I need to reduce this white. Just removing it with this brush, same brush. Nice thing about oil paint, it's still nice and wet and it gives me flexibility and it's very forgiving. Just removing a little by little. I'm tempted to blend the shape of the beak with brush, but I think I'm gonna leave it. Oh, where did this purple come from? I'm gonna wipe my hands with clean baby wipe. Baby wipes are my best friend in the studio. It cleans my hands like magic. See, like I had lots of oil. So you see my painted hand. This works with charcoal or like Sharpie as well. So this is this baby wipes are from Kirkland. It's Kirkland brand from Costco, and it contains a little bit of aloe, and that removes. I think that helps to remove grease from the skin. Meant to clean baby skin. So it's very gentle. It's fragrance free, and aloe actually keeps my hands nice and moist. So when I use Gamsol to clean my brushes, my hands get covered with Gamsol. So when I don't have running water to clean my hands, I can just use baby wipes to wipe the Gamsol from my hands, and then my hands stay nice and soft. Okay. I don't know if you can see the difference image. It's so small. Maybe I'll put it here or here. Okay, now I established the forehead and highlight on the beak. Did I? Maybe I'm going to work on that now. So I'm cleaning my brush with clean paper towel, and I'm gonna grab white and a little bit of yellow. That becomes the highlight on the beak. Also the highlight on his forehead. So now this is the lightest light, pretty much. Just want to make sure that's the lightest light I can get. It's not pure white. My hands get really wobbly. I need to place my hands on the part of the easel. It's okay, I can carve out the beak with background color. Add a smidge of blue into this brown. Just cool it down a little bit. I'm gonna test this. It's too dark. Adding a little bit of white. That's too dark. Maybe it doesn't have to be so dark. So I wanna have some halo effect on the lid side. Just adding custom black and more white to desaturate this yellow to warm it up. So this is like yellow ochre. and softening the edge outside of this yellow ochre. You can go a little bit darker under the peak. Tap, tap, tap. I have a little bit of pink in here. I guess. I'm gonna grab some gray to desaturate. I'm really loving this intense glow of orange in the back. I'm wondering if I can add something like that in the front too. We'll worry about that later. Let's keep moving. Just want to get rid of this magenta outline in the gap. It's kind of annoying. Okay, I'm wiping my tiny brush and I'm gonna grab custom black to re-establish this plume. Plume is the bundle of this hair on the head. think I'm gonna take a break soon, so I'm gonna come back and continue my painting session, maybe, hopefully. So if you like this demo, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and also like this video. It will help me. I think Quail has like 5, 6 or 7 bloom feathers that create this teardrop, reverse teardrop shape. And it's really black, so that needs to be black. But this part is kind of light, and it also receiving light, so it needs to be a little bit lighter color. So I'm gonna take some gray, see if I can add highlight. I can go lighter. Okay, I go back to black. Definitely needs to be placing your painting hand on something like the easel or canvas holder. There is a blob of black, so I need to get rid of. I'll grab a little of the background color and get rid of this mistake. There you go. You can do the same thing this side. have to wipe your brush every time you touch this highlight. Alright, I think this is a good stopping point for now, and take a break and come back. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this demo. Okay, so when I come back, I'm gonna start working on his face and maybe like some suggestions of his plumage. So this demo, usually we do this demo inside our membership, but just for a limited time only, I'm doing this on YouTube as public to share what we do inside our membership, and if you're interested in joining our membership, you can click on the link in the description to learn more about it and hopefully join. It's only month to month, and you can cancel anytime, but once you join, you get to watch all the lessons in the lesson library and get the feedback on any painting project, including past lessons and current lessons. So it's a great value. But so check out my demo series this week before the videos go away. And if you have any questions, just please write in the comment, and I'll try to get back to the comment and answer any questions you might have related to any art project or my painting demo. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab something to eat.